everybody. Today we have Lenovo ThinkPad P1 Gen 5 laptop. It's an Intel Core i7 12th Gen laptop with beautiful graphics, RTX A2000 and beautiful screen, 165 Hz refresh rate. Let's take it apart, let's see what we can fix, replace or upgrade. Start with bottom screws. Now we have to separate bottom case. You can use plastic tool to unhook all the clips. Alright, and the bottom is out. Here we have the part number. So now we can access all the internal components. Start with disconnecting the battery. Now unscrew all the screws. So if the battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. That's the wire for the speaker. Alright, and the battery is out. Here we have our part number. Alright, so if the speakers are making bad sound or they don't work, you can replace the speakers. This is how you can take them out. And here we have the part number. That's our speakers. Here we have our memory slots. So that's our RAM memory. If it doesn't work or you would like to upgrade it, you can replace it. So spread those arms and this is how you can take it out. Here we have the second slot. So that's our memory. Here we have our storage. If your laptop doesn't boot, it tells you that there is no boot device, or you would like to upgrade storage to the bigger one, that's how you can do it. So unscrew this cover. And here under the cover, that's our actual SSD drive. There's some adhesive, so be gentle. Alright, so that's the NVMe SSD drive. Now, let's see, that's our Wi-Fi card. Unfortunately, it's soldered on the motherboard. So if the Wi-Fi doesn't work, you have to replace the whole motherboard. Those are antenna wires. Now we are pulling out our heatsink and fans. So if the cooling doesn't work or the fans are making grinding noise or they don't spin, you can replace them. Unscrew these screws for the heatsink. And be very gentle, don't bend the heatsink. It won't work if you bend it. Let's see if there is no more screws here. Yes, they are. So unplug the fan. And that's how you can take out the heatsink fan assembly. Here we have the part numbers. Here we can see our processor and the graphics. They both soldered on the motherboard, so if this doesn't work, you have to replace the whole motherboard. Now we are pulling out our motherboard, so let's disconnect all the remaining connectors and take out all the screws. Here to disconnect this connector, you have to flip this clip. Now we can disconnect it. That's our DC power jack. So if your laptop isn't getting the power, you can replace this jack. Here disconnected it from the motherboard. Okay. The cable's under the hinge, so let's see if we can unfold the hinge. Yes, okay. So that's our DC power jack. Here we have the part number. So you can replace it if the jack is physically broken or the laptop isn't getting the power. Okay, now let's continue with taking out the motherboard. I'm taking out the screws for the hinge for the screen because they cover partially some other parts of motherboard, so they may be in our way. That's our video cable. Now we can take out the motherboard. Here we have the part number. Alright. Now let's see, that's our Palmrest keyboard touchpad assembly. Let's see if we can take out the touchpad. Very often touchpad doesn't work and you would like to replace it. So let's unscrew all the screws around the touchpad. Alright, so that's our touchpad with the mouse buttons. You can replace it if it doesn't work. That's very convenient. Let's see the keyboard, if we can take it out. Yes, the keyboard is held by these tiny screws, so you have to take them out, all of them, and then we're gonna be able to replace just the keyboard. So after you take out all the tiny screws, you can take out the keyboard. Here you have the model number, and that's our keyboard. So now we have our power button here. Let's see if we can take it out. Let's disconnect the Palmrest. Okay. Okay, so that's our power button assembly. You can replace it if the power button doesn't work. That's our Palmrest. And here, that's our screen. Very often sold in one piece. It's very fragile. If you try to take it out, you're risking cracking the screen. So better look for the whole screen. And here, no part numbers. And if you need parts, check gatlaptopparts.com. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.